What a day! I'm feeling just in the mood for a scrap with a swarm of Americans. The weather is ideal, the sky is clear and cloudless blue. The pilots relax outside, enjoying the warmth of the first spring sunshine. The big loudspeaker blares out dance music. Suddenly, the music stops.
Stand by all lights! Stand by all lights!
Fresh enemy concentrations are reported in map sector Dora Dora. (10:55 hours).
Take off all lights! Take off all lights!
Canopies close. Mechanics swing the starters. My engine at once thunders into life. I turn to watch the others starting. All clear. The flight takes off to gather information.
Anfrage Victor! Uno Route Elba 1, Victor! Victor!
Our engines leave heavy vapor trails streaked across the clear blue sky. Then I spot the enemy formation ahead. It is an impressive sight. Some 300 heavy bombers are grouped together like a bunch of grapes in the shimmering sky. We draw closer to the bomber formation. I can distinguish the enemy aircraft now. Most of them liberators. They look as if their fat bellies were pregnant with bombs. I pick out one of them as my target. "This is where I settle your hash, my friend," I muttered. I shall make a frontal attack. The Yankees focused in my sights. The Liberator grows rapidly larger. I reached for the firing buttons on the stick. Tracers come whizzing past my head. They have opened up on me. Fire! I press both buttons, but my aim is poor. I can see only a few hits registered in the right wing. I almost scrape the fat belly as I dive past. Then I'm caught in the slipstream, buffeting about so violently that for a moment I thought my tailplane was shot away. I climb steeply and break away to the left. Tracers pursue me, unpleasantly close. Blast all this metal in the air. I come in for a second frontal attack, this time from a little below. I keep firing until I have to swerve to avoid a collision. My salvos register this time. I drop away below. As I swing around, I turn my head. Flames are spreading along the bottom of the fuselage of my Liberator. It shears away from the formation in a wide sweep to the right. Twice more, I come into attack, this time diving from above the tail. I am met by heavy defensive fire. My plane shudders under recoil from the 2 cannon and 13mm machine guns. I watch my cannon shells burst rake along the top of the fuselage and right wing, and I hang on to the stick with both hands. The inside engine stops. The fire spreads along the right wing. Suddenly, the wing breaks off altogether. The body of the stricken monster plunges vertically, spinning into the depths. A long black trail of smoke marks its descent. One of the crew attempts to bail out. His parachute is in flames. Poor devil. The body somersaults and falls to the ground like a stone. At 3,000 feet, there is a tremendous explosion which causes the spinning fuselage to disintegrate. Fragments of the blazing wreckage land on a farm below, and the exploding fuel tanks sets the farm buildings on fire. Enemy concentrations in map reference Dora Dora. That means action. We take off at 0835 hours. Bombs have been slung under our bellies. In the Heligoland area, we climbed high over the approaching bombers and released our bombs. A fantastic scene is produced by the explosions. The close-flying formation is disorganized completely. Some of the fortresses plunge down in deep dives, while others swerve off to the sides. The bomb dropped by Sergeant Fest has exploded in the center of a close flight of 3 heavy bombers together. All 3 simultaneously go down to crash. More than 20 parachutes float in the air. Our earphones resound with whoops of triumph. We loop and roll above the enemy formation in sheer joy, and it is several minutes before we settle down again. I shout encouragement over the radio to my men. And now, let us give them the works! We dive in formation right into the Yanks. My men are completely carried away. Earphones scream with calls from every side. After them! After them! We continue our onslaught until we are close enough for the fortresses to ram them. I have a new aircraft with a 30mm cannon. It punches great holes in the fuselage of the fortress, which I've picked as my victim. Alarmed, the fortress pilots try to get away by plunging. 5 or 6 more of the enemy, some of them on fire, also swerve away from what remains of the formation. Now we can pick them off one by one. One after one, they go down in flames to crash into the sea. Only large patches of burning oil remains on the surface.